You're watching the TBRN News Channel. Hello, I'm your host, Tucker Bennett Richardson. Today I'm going to be talking about the SEARS bankruptcy. I will also be accompanied by the CEO of SEARS Holding, Eddie Lampert. As I said, we are joined by Eddie Lampert, CEO of SEARS Holdings. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Lampert.
Thank you for having me.
So, the media and I have had a few questions that we've been wanting to ask before SEARS kicks the dust. So, let's get into those questions. What do you think led SEARS down the path of bankruptcy?
Well, it was a multitude of problems. One is that we're a bricks and mortar retailer, and retailing has had a difficult time during this economy to begin with. But we were very slow to react to the e-commerce movement, such as Walmart, Amazon, and our competitors who could sell the same thing we could sell, but much quicker, much more efficient. So we were a little bit tied to bricks and mortar, meaning we had retail locations, and we did not move quickly enough to combat our competitors, such as Amazon and those people who did it online.
What did you guys try to do to try and bring yourselves back from this?
Well, we tried to combat it several different ways. I think our most important way was that we were trying to save money, try to cut costs, and we did that by a couple different ways. We attempted to close several locations. We did multiple. I think over the years we've closed over 500 or 600 stores. And in addition to that, we cut back on employees, which also saved cost on employee cost. And then we also just tried to be smarter. We tried to buy things better, tried to cut costs in other areas. And then in addition to that, we also tried to launch our own online, which doesn't work too well because we were so far behind the curve. And lastly, we began to sell off some of our brands just to raise capital. And to do all of that, we had to take on a lot of debt. So it was a very costly move to try to compete.
What do you think is going to happen to SEARS after your store shut down? Or what do you think the economy and other retailers are going to do with this?
Well, we just filed for bankruptcy last week, so we're in the court system now. Our creditors, the banks who've lent us money, are trying to determine if they want to try to lend us more money to try to fight this out. That may be a difficult decision since we already owe them a lot of money. And our debt service is what really caused this. They put us into bankruptcy because we were unable to meet our debt payments to the lenders. So we're probably going to continue down the court system for bankruptcy. There may be a selling of assets. We're definitely going to close more stores. I don't know what it'll look like in the end. We're either going to go out of business completely, or someone or something may buy us out of bankruptcy and attempt to convert us into a more current version of retail, which is probably online.
So what do you think that you have learned from all this money problems and debt that you've been fighting off for the couple years? And what do you think that other big box retailers such as Walmart, Target, and other companies such as will learn from this situation?
Well, your second question first. I think a lot of the big box competitors out there today understood before we did the importance of having an online presence. And so Walmart and some of the others have continued to move towards online a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently than we did. So I think you'll see big box continue to do that. Those that don't will end up maybe probably like us. They may end up taking malls down because other stores were really linked to what we did. And so some malls will probably be hurting if big box doesn't do that. Lastly, probably the lessons we learned is we didn't move fast enough. We wished we had converted to online sales and closed more stores sooner. Today's client, today's retailer, today's, I guess, the people that we sell to, our clients want things faster, sooner, quicker, and they don't want to drive to do it. And unfortunately, we still will continue to have people to drive to our stores when they could have it delivered to their home. So I think most importantly, we would act quicker. We would try not to bang up as much debt as we had to do that.
Well, thank you for joining us in our program tonight. Eddie Lampert, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It was a pleasure being on TBRN.
Thank you so much. Up next, how dogs and cats can affect how much money you